Hey everyone, my name is RJ Hawkes, and I'm with Hawkes Art and Custom Framing. We do a lot of jersey framing, and today I'm going to be showing you the process of how we frame a Seattle Seahawks jersey. So this gentleman found us online. He's from Seattle, and he sent us a signed Matt Hasselbeck jersey. And so typically this is how they get shipped to us. So what you do is you include everything you want us to put in the frame. In this case, there's going to be a signed jersey. There's a signed photo of Matt Hasselbeck. And then there are 6 cards of Hasselbeck, where he's been and so forth. And I'm going to go ahead and unbox him and just kind of show you, what our plan is in terms of framing this. So this is a beautiful Seattle Seahawks jersey, and it's Matt Hasselbeck. And I actually remember the Super Bowl where they went up against the Steelers, and I think it came down to the wire and the Steelers won. But this is an amazing jersey. It's got that bright green, right, that you see them wear sometimes even now. It's got Matt Hasselbeck's signature. And it's got the Super Bowl, where he went to the Super Bowl, obviously. It's a sign. It's, there's a certificate of authenticity, so we have that. But it's just a beautiful, beautiful jersey. We love working on jerseys that are so colorful and so powerful. And this is certainly, one of those. So the way that we think this is going to go is we're going to mount it on the Silver Star matting that we have, which looks really, really good. And we actually have a color guide that we use. This is from one of our partners. And, we can easily go to the sport, in this case football, and we can find the Seattle Seahawks. And as you can see, there's a deep blue that we use. There's a kind of a silver star. There is an Irish green. And then some of them actually have a suede sort of companion. In this case, there's a blue, and that's what we're going to be using, right? So we're going to mount it on silver, and then what we're going to do is, well, first of all, we're going to fold the sleeves, we think, like this. And I say we think because, things can always change. But I like the Seattle Seahawks logo there, so that's kind of how we're going to go about it. There's no other place in the jersey where the Seattle Seahawks logo shows up. So I think it makes sense to leverage that on both sleeves. Okay, so it's going to go kind of like that. And so these are the colors that we're going to be using, top and sort of the accent, just to bring out the color. These are the official Seattle Seahawks colors. So it's going to look really good up against the silver star that's underneath. We figure it's going to, we're going to create a cool, top design like we do with some of the other ones that we have. And then it's actually going to come down here, and we're going to show about, let's say 1/2 inch, 3/4, maybe an inch around here, and the whole thing is going to look really, really good. So let's leave that there. Let me show you what else we got. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put the picture, the photo of Matt Hasselbeck right down here, probably below the number 8. And then where it really gets interesting is we're going to start to put 6 of these, right? So this is going to be kind of the highlight of this jersey. And we don't know yet the order, but I'm just going to start to, unwrap them here. Some of them are landscape, some of them are portrait. This is actually when he was with the Packers. There's another one here of the Packers. Let's just put this one up here. And they're so cool. They're really very, very cool. And what we're going to do is we're going to put this here. And then we're going to put this one here, right? So again, we don't know exactly how they're going to go, but we could easily put this one here and then this one down here, have kind of a landscape portrait, landscape, and same thing on that side. And once we get started, we're going to do some cool designs. So they may just end up forming kind of a U, or we may just kind of come straight down. Like I always say, the way that we start working with the jersey, as we work with it, it begins to sort of speak to us, and we start working on the design, run a couple of dry runs on the mat cutter, and then slowly things begin to make sense. The reason why people like Museum, if you've seen the Kobe Bryant or the Tom Brady jersey, we always go with Museum, and we're so happy that our customers don't mind paying a little extra to get, amazing clarity and of course UV protection and so forth. So this is going to look real good as we finish it up with Museum glass, but the whole thing is just going to look amazing. So we're going to go ahead and get started, and just as we always do, we're going to come back, we're going to do some more recording so that we can get the whole process for you guys. But this is what we do, this is what we love doing. Our customers select us, I suppose because they like our style, and we appreciate that, and everything we do is very custom. We're not a cookie cutter type of shop where all the jerseys are rectangular and they all look the same. We don't like that design. We think that people choose us because when they get their jerseys, they're about as unique and special as they can be. So we appreciate that. Okay, so we're gonna get to work, and we'll be back in a few hours to show you how we're doing. And yeah, let's get to it. Hey everyone, so we're making a lot of progress with the Matt Hasselbeck Seattle Seahawks jersey. As you can see, we have mounted it and stretched it, and it looks just amazing on the silver one, the silver matting. So I think it's looking really good. And wanted to kind of show you how many scrap mats we sort of waste as we get the right design. So so far I think we have like 2 or 3, but this is kind of the latest one, and obviously, this is not the right color, but I'm going to go ahead and set it up right there. And the reason why, we sort of waste a lot of scrap mats is because we have to get the design just right. As you remember, there's a lot of, little pieces. There are 6 graded cards that we have to work with here, and unfortunately they're not the same size and they're not the same orientation, and so we have to do very custom cuts around the design. Now the other thing that I want to point out is, we did this design and we don't like the the very sharp edges around this right here. We just don't think that looks good. So we came up with another idea, and that's to make softer edges, kind of like around the number that we have here, and so that's kind of what we're going for. And then the size, for these, it just wasn't right. I don't think that's sort of the right size. We wanted to leave a little bit more showing behind it, and so we went back to the software that we use for the design, and this is actually the final cut that we're going to do. Those are the colors that we're going to go with: the really beautiful dark blue suede on top, and then a nice white accent around. We tried to find that green color, but then we tried it and we just didn't like the way that it looked. There's a lot of green, so we kind of want to stay away from that. And then this is the right size, so if you notice right here, we wanted to show the backing with the card, so we it's fully exposed. And we've seen other designs with cards, and for whatever reason, maybe just it's easier for the framers to actually hide it behind, but we're not like that. We really go the extra mile. And the reason why this customer brought us those graded cards is because we want to show them as cards. We want to show them in the case, full exposure, if you will, and that's kind of what we're going to go with. And so when we do that, there's always that question of what do we use in the back, right? And so you've seen us use this football mat, which has sort of the texture of the football, which is just amazing. And that's what we're going to do here. So we're going to cut out, just the right size for these. I'm just going to show you right there. This is obviously not the final one there, but this will help us, sort of show them. I mean, look how beautiful that looks, right? It's a football jersey, so it has to have some sort of a football identity there, and we're going to create some depth actually. So it's going to look more like that. It's going to be popping out right there. Really, really cool. So we're gonna do some special mounting for this. It's gonna go throughout all of the openings here for all 6 graded cards. The other thing that we really like about this, and obviously, the photo is gonna go here, so it's gonna sit right there, obviously, properly. But the other thing that we sort of started doing is we distributed, this opening, this, and this. This one aligns perfectly across, and then this bottom one aligns bottom with that design. And because this one has one sort of portrait going up and then 2 horizontal, whereas this one has 2 portraits and 1 horizontal, we did our best to align them, distribute them perfectly. And then the other thing that kind of worked out is you see how we sort of framed the Seahawks logo here and there, and I think that looks really, really good. The other thing that we did is we made sure that this aligned perfectly with the number 8, where the fold of the sleeve kind of takes place. I think the whole thing is just going to look terrific. So now we move to the final stage, which is to lift off the matting from the backing, and then mount those graded cards securely with the football matting behind it. But it's looking really, really good. And again, we're going to start working on the spacers, so the whole thing just gives it a nice 3D look, kind of like that. But it's looking amazing. We can't wait for this to be finished. All right, so back in a little bit. Hey everyone, so RJ here. I wanted to show you just how amazing this Matt Hasselbeck turned out. We like it a lot. This is by far the most labor intensive one that we've done so far, just because not only does it have a signed photo, but it has 6 graded cards that we needed to find a way to arrange them, position them, and give the whole design a very nice balance. And I don't know about you guys, but we really like it. We're really happy with the way it turned out. We can't wait to hear from the customer. He is in Seattle, as one would expect, being the Seattle Seahawks. And I want to show you a final tour around it. Before I do, let me show you, or let me talk a little bit about the glass that we use. So we use our best glass, which is called Museum. Not only does it have 100% or 99%, as they say, UV protection, but the clarity on this thing is truly amazing. The glass is on. You could see some reflection on the lighting that we use, but you can't really see me. I mean, there's no reflection coming back at you, which is the way it really should be. So let me start at the top, right? So for the top, we chose our pretty popular design to highlight the collar up there and the numbers and the way that sort of the sleeves and the shoulders kind of hang. And we really like it a lot. We try to find a good, color combination for the matting, and we think we got a good one here. I'm gonna get closer up here. So we use our kind of a dark blue suede that goes well with the blue in the Seattle Seahawks jersey. You could see it kind of, going around, just highlighting that. And then the other thing that we did is we folded the sleeves in a way that they would be sort of framed around the first graded card on the left hand side and the right hand side, as you can see. And then let me talk a little bit about what we did around the 6 graded cards. So what we did is we kind of built a sort of a 3D shadow box type of effect that you see there, using a black as sort of the walls. But what I really like, and I hope you guys like it too, is we needed to choose some sort of backing for these cards. And so we tried different things. We tried white, we tried black, we tried the same blue suede. It didn't work. And so we settled on that football matting that you guys see me use quite often. And I don't know about you guys, but I like it a lot. I think it turned out really, really nice. Let me go ahead and take you around all of them here. So we use a sort of a portrait, and then one landscape and another landscape right here to kind of give it balance. On the right hand side, we started with the bottom up landscape, and then 2 portraits. Those are the cards that this customer sent us. And then the beautiful, pretty awesome signed photo of Matt Hasselbeck. I think that's a Pro Bowl there. So the whole thing just looks really, really cool. Let me show you from back up a little. Look how nice that looks. It's pretty big too. We needed to end up with that size. It's about 32 by 40. And I think the museum glass just kind of completes the whole thing. I did a video for the customer, and if he's okay, I'm going to share that because we're so thankful, we're so grateful for people choosing us, right? I mean, we're in San Diego, he's in Seattle, he's seen our work, he liked it obviously, and he sent it to us, and we're so honored to do that. And we can't wait to continue, this journey of framing sports memorabilia, jerseys, signed, graded, photos, graded cards, plaques. I mean, whatever you guys have. We're not a cookie cutter shop. You probably have seen that throughout our videos. Everything we do is very custom. We love challenges. We love it when customers say, well, can we do this? Can we do that? And then we're able to deliver. So this is our latest work. Hope you guys like it as much as we enjoyed working on it. And we're going to pack it up. It has glass, and it's going to go to Seattle, and we can't wait for the customer to see it in person. Thank you so much. If I get a chance, if he takes a photo next to it, I'll share that with you guys. But thank you so much. Bye-bye.